Hey, and welcome back to another interview right here inside of Marketing Tools and Tech. I am here with Nyala Philips. I am so excited to have her joining me today. We're going to be talking about a topic that everyone always asks me about, which is passive income. Like, how can I sell more of my courses without having to show up? And so I'm really excited. First of all, Nyala, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for inviting me.
And I'm going to read off your bio just a little bit. So Nyala Philips is a marketing and income strategist who is best known for her straight shooter teaching. Okay, I know that for a fact. She's the founder of the We Win movement and trusted coach to fellow service providers and experts. She has 15 years of experience in marketing and business. She owns her own successful online and offline businesses, which has given her a unique approach to fundamental brand building and creating business systems built to last. So she is the perfect person to come in and help you guys right inside of here. I'm really excited about our topic today. Is there anything that I missed on your bio that you want to make sure that I include?
That's the main points. That's perfect.
Okay, my marketing and income strategist. Help us make some more money. So the way that this conversation came about was that we were actually just talking about a software that I was testing out called Deadline Funnel. Mm-hmm. And then Nyala was telling me about how she started using it and she was making ongoing sales of her course. So I would love to hear from you a little bit more about how you implemented it and like, what is it? What does it do? Like, give us the rundown.
Yes. Okay. So first, let's start with what Deadline Funnel is. Mm-hmm. So it is a software and it basically allows you to use scarcity, or some people say scarcity, same thing, scarcity in your marketing. Okay. So for those of you who do not know what that is, you know how sometimes you go to those pages and it says you have 3 days, 72 hours. When the clock strikes 0, that's it. You can't get in. It's scarcity. Some people consider it to be salesy. However, it's not when used in the right way. And I feel like Deadline Funnel helps you do that. It's a tool to help you put the scarcity in your marketing without feeling salesy. Like, I don't have to say to you, click this button before the clock strikes 0 when the clock is right there. Like, you just look at the clock. If you see the clock, it automatically puts something psychologically in your head to know, wait, my time is limited for this. And that's what Deadline Funnel does for you. So what what Tish is talking about when it comes to passive income is that we as entrepreneurs, our primary goal is having more freedom. And that's the reason why when people hear passive income, they get excited because they know that passive income allows them to generate income while they're sleeping, while they're with their family. That's what we're all looking for, that life, So Deadline Funnel became that for me. I started setting up in a small way. I started in a small way with a small funnel. It was a webinar. It was a 30-minute webinar, how to go from 1K to 10K in 30 days, just teaching a profit plan. And at the end of the webinar, it gave a call to action. It was actually an automated webinar, something that Tish teaches, an automated webinar funnel to get clients. So at the end of the webinar, I was just asking people, if you need help, one-on-one help with this, you can come on and book an appointment to work with me. However, most people don't just jump right away, especially if they don't know you. So what happens now is they get into this series of emails that continues to sell products to them. Okay, so they might not have been ready for my coaching in the beginning, which is what they saw after that webinar, but they might want a course. Right? They might be in the mood to spend $40 versus $1,000. And that's what the emails were doing for me. It is doing for me. It's selling courses, digital products and digital products that I've already created that's just allowing people to get on my buyer's list. Okay. So now let's talk about how Deadline Funnel plays a part in all of this. So I have like a formula, Tish. So every 3 to 4 emails, we go through a 3-day, we like to call it cash injections, but you know what I mean? It's like a 3-day sale for one product.
Right.
Right. And what I have is I have deadline funnel operating those different 3-day sales in that one funnel. Does that make sense? Okay, so let me repeat it, because any of you who don't know what we're talking about, I really want you to get this. So deadline funnel records when a person enters a funnel.
Yep.
Okay, so as soon as that person goes on the page and they sign in to see my 30-minute webinar, Deadline Funnel has made a mental recording that this person is in the funnel and now their timer starts. Now, according to how my or your email funnel is set up, Deadline Funnel will have a different deadline date for each person that comes into the funnel. So I want to give you guys an example of how it was for us marketers before we had Deadline Funnel. So we would have to have our virtual assistants that worked in the Philippines cut off lead pages when we say it's over at midnight tonight. They would have to wait while we're sleeping. They would have to wait until it's that time to lock off your lead pages if you told your audience the sale ends at midnight. Well, Deadline Funnel will do that automated for you. So you put that, the instructions, it's like, if this, then that. So if, no, it's okay. So it's kind of like a if this, then that kind of software. So if this person finishes and they do not pay, then they just won't see this page anymore. You know, once they hit their deadline, I want you to send them to this page. We tell Deadline Funnel to do it, and that's what Deadline Funnel will do for us. It seems confusing if you've never heard of this before, but I know that every single one of you have seen it. You've been on a page where you saw a timer. You've been in an email where you saw a timer. And guess what? It's Deadline Funnel that's giving you the tools to be able to do that.
So I think what's really cool about, first of all, thanks for kind of laying that out for us, because like I said, I had actually just discovered it, had just implemented it in my funnels. And I think what's really cool is that, the fact that there's a lot of people who they understand when they see a timer, they're pretty much to the point now where they're thinking, oh, okay, I'll just come back with a different email address, or I'll just go on my phone, or I'll just go on my desktop, I'll do whatever. And what really sold me on using Deadline Funnels is that they don't just track that person by their email address. They don't just track that person by their cookies so that they can clear their cookies out and then come back. They actually track that person's IP address.
That's right.
So like your location. So unless they go to like a library, use a completely different email address and get in that way, like that's their deadline. And I feel like if somebody's going to go to the library and go and do all that, like they can go ahead and buy it at that price. Like if it's that serious,
right.
just go ahead and get it. Right. So that's what I really like about it. And that's how I started implementing it. I think one thing that, and I'm wondering, kind of what your thoughts on this is, but I think one thing that a lot of people are concerned about is that, well, technically, like my course is always for sale. It's $9.97. It's always $9.97. Whether they come in January, February, or March, it's always $9.97. It's always open. So how can we use Deadline Funnel and still be ethical with that person so that they know this is your last chance to get it, even though I guess technically it's not really their last chance. So how can we kind of overcome that ethical hurdle?
Well, the truth is, it's something like what you just said. It's kind of what we both just said put together. Deadline, but it's not really a hurdle, Tish, when you really think about it, because for that person, it is not going to be available anymore. Because when they do go to this page, it is not going to show them that page anymore. Okay. So like, for example, for me, one of the things that I have in my business is I have like a universal missed it page. And I love this page because it's a picture that I found of our President Obama, and he was like this, right? And I found the picture. Yeah, I found the picture, and I thought it was so funny. So I created this little universal, page, and it just says, "Oops, sorry, you missed us by this much," and it has the picture, and it just says, invite them to come on into my Facebook group, right?
Yeah.
And that's universal. So the truth is, if you're in my community or you're in Tish community, you're going to see that page all the time when you miss a deadline. So
Yep.
you're missing that deadline.
Yeah.
And that's why deadline funnel becomes so important, because what Tish is saying, the reason why people start to feel like, well, I don't really take her seriously because when I go there, it's still open, or I could still use the coupon code, or it's because we're human and we can't stay up until midnight when we say something is closed, or we can't give 100,000 people, let me not even exaggerate. Even if you have 500 people on your list, you can't possibly, as a human, cut off one page for all these 500 people for their particular time that they enter your list. It's impossible. And that's what starts making people feel like, oh yeah, I'll get in there tomorrow, whatever. Well, see, when deadline funnel was created, that helped us, that helped us, because now we know, listen, this may be a product that I still have, but my sale is something we're doing a favor. I am giving you 72 hours. It's a reason why I'm doing this. Maybe it's my birthday. Maybe it's Valentine's Day coming up. I'm giving you 72 hours, and that's a favor.
Yeah. I think that's the point right there. Like, the point is, when they come in and they're first signing up into the funnel, they just downloaded that freebie. Like, you have the opportunity, because you're new, you have the opportunity to get at a discount or to get at a special. Even though it could always be available, but your discount is not always available. And that's actually how I was using it. Also, I was using it for discounts instead of, I know there's a lot of marketers that use it for courses that are always open. And then they essentially just run an ongoing evergreen funnel. And as soon as you watch the webinar, your time frame starts, and, 7 days later, you either buy or go away. But what I was doing was, when you come in, you've got a deadline in order to get this discount. And I'm going to give you a really good deal because you just met me. We just met. Nice to meet you. Coupon, right? So that's what I really like about it. So going back on that, tell me a little bit more about, because that's what had started this conversation. You were mentioning some of your course sales before you started implementing deadline funnel, and then what they look like after. So can you give us kind of an idea of what that looked like?
Well, I got to be honest with you. For me, it was like a 30% increase, Tish, in like the space of 6 months of me using this. Maybe I could make it better if I was really looking at the numbers the way I should be, but just on the surface of seeing how the conversions change, how it made even my Facebook advertising less to me because I was converting more. You see what I'm saying? So when you're converting more, you don't see that money that's going out when Facebook is pulling it, So for me, I feel like it was a change all the way around. And the reason why is because of the scarcity. It's easy for us. And this is something that I struggled with, and I don't know if some of you may struggle with this as well, but I always felt like I'm so good at what I do and I'm so likable that I don't even need none of that. I always felt like, you're just going to like me and you're going to look at my video, you're going to fall in love and you're going to come. And if you don't like me, oh well, but that's not how this works. There are different marketing strategies that are there for a reason. If people feel like they can get something anytime, it's no longer exclusive to them. It's no longer something like, oh, I need this right now. Like, Tish, like, I'm sure you could agree that no one is sitting there just saying, oh, I want to open up my wallet and give it to you. Like, nobody's just begging to give you money. So these different marketing hacks that we use is to help us increase our conversions. And when I tell you 30%, I could probably go with more. I just don't want to lie to you. So I'm trying to go with the minimum. You know what I mean? Like the minimum of what I've seen, just so you could get an idea of how much this in the program is $67 a month, and that's another thing. So for me, I'm not big on all those big programs. Like some people, they use Infusionsoft. I don't use Infusionsoft, and I have no desire to, right? So I absolutely love my ConvertKit and I'm absolutely happy there, but that doesn't mean I don't need those same tools that you guys that may be using Infusionsoft are using. And that's another thing that Deadline Funnel just helped me with.
Yeah. I think it's really cool. I really, really like it. What I did when I first started it was that I essentially built out a 60-day email sequence. It wasn't daily emails, but it was, kind of interspersed, a couple days here, a couple days there, to where it ended up, it finally ended at day 60. And I know some marketers who have like a 6-month one or whatnot.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, the first time that I implemented it and I started bringing people in, like I was hearing like payment. I was like, where are all these people coming from? And every time I clicked and looked inside of ClickFunnels and looked to see like where they were coming from, they were coming from that first freebie, which started to lead them into the email sequence. And it's super, super powerful.
Yeah, I can tell you that I had one funnel that my first funnel that I was testing, it was a funnel for email marketing, for lead generation. And I did not have Deadline Funnel. However, I was still selling the same digital products that's in my coaching funnel, the same thing. And I did not, when I tell you I spent so much to get at least 200 people in, because I always say if I could get like 200 people in, that gives me enough numbers for me to see if this is going to work for me or not. Nothing. Tish, when I say not one, do you know what I'm sure you've been here.
Yeah, I've been there.
What it feels like. And you get so happy because you're like, oh, I got 200 emails, but then nothing. And it's like, what? Yeah. And then in this funnel with the same products, the same emails, and that's why I like wholeheartedly say it's Deadline Funnel that made the difference. I didn't change anything else. The same emails, same ConvertKit, same products, same person selling it, nothing besides the fact that I put in Deadline. Yeah.
So I think it's really important. Well, number one, to let you guys know that neither one of us are an affiliate for Deadline Funnel.
Nope.
Because I'm on here and we're like pounding it hard. Like, it's amazing.
I'm like, Deadline needs to hear this. So while you're listening to this, tag them, do all that good stuff. Let them know we use this and we love it. Yeah.
And the CEO, his name is Jack. He actually sent me a message when I was signing up. So, I mean, I still think it's a relatively
good customer service.
Yeah, it's customer service centric company. So that's really, really cool. I want to get into your freebie, your offer for everyone who's listening right now. For example, if you have more questions about not only using like Deadline Funnel and that tool, but because Nyala works with service-based entrepreneurs and she's helping you set up, get systems and strategies and basically get paid well for your expertise while you're designing your freedom-based business, and you definitely want to connect with her. She's got a group called Divapreneurs Chat Box. Yes. Can you tell us a little bit more about what they get inside of there?
Oh, well, Divapreneurs Chat Box is a community for coaches, consultants, and service professionals who not only are struggling with getting consistent leads and sales online, but also who wants a community. So as Tish said in the beginning, I'm the founder of We Win Movement. So like my side passion is that I love women. And I just love creating relationships for myself as well as creating relationships with other people and being able to see these relationships form. And I just know for a fact that the entrepreneurial journey is lonely. So the Divapreneurs Chat Box is a way for you to be less lonely on this amazing yet tough journey. And for you to also get some marketing strategies and some monetization strategies. So I also work on helping you make more money from what you're already doing. So if you come to me and you have certain things that you're doing well, but you want to find other ways to create new income streams from income you are already making, then it's a perfect space for you.
And you can go to Divapreneurs Chat Box in order to join the group. I will also leave the link above this video so you can head right over there. Nyala, thank you so much for joining me today. Is there anything else that you want to include that we haven't touched on?
Nope, I'm good. I'm just thankful. Thank you so much, Tish.